Hello everyone, and thank you so much for coming back to our second session of our OptiFast Lifestyle Education Series. Today we're going to be talking about improving our strength. If any of you have talked to me in clinic about resistance training, you know that this is a topic that I feel is very, very important to weight loss, staying healthy, and maintaining weight loss. And the reason for that is because our muscles are wonderful sinks for glucose, and in turn for burning calories. Not only when we're utilizing them, but also they'll continue to burn calories for us at rest. And so that's why it helps to increase our metabolism. We have different ways that our body burns calories, sometimes when we're actively exercising, but also at rest, like I was saying, and that's called our basal metabolic rate. Our basal metabolic rate is related on a one-to-one basis with how much lean muscle mass we have. You can imagine it as like a diagonal straight line where we have almost a one-to-one relationship. The more muscle mass we have, the more calories we can burn. So to that end, we'll talk a little bit more about how resistance training and increasing our muscle mass will have direct impacts and improvements on our health. So some additional benefits to strength training is that it will help to stabilize joints. For example, if you've got osteoarthritis, having stronger muscles around the joints will help to take some of this pressure and strain off of the joints. Additionally, it will help to reduce the risk of falls. And if you've got osteopenia or osteoporosis, the weight-bearing exercise will also help to strengthen your bones. So let's get into a little bit more of the nitty-gritty about how it's done, how much you should do, how often you should do it, and things like that. First off, I want to give a little bit of a disclaimer because this video is seen by a lot of people, and please make sure that you talk to your doctor, if you have another doctor besides me, or me personally, about whether or not strength training is for you, and or if you've got a weightlifting restriction or max. But in general, if you don't have any restrictions, you should try to lift weights between 2 and 3 days per week. You don't want to repeat any specific muscle group 2 days in a row because muscles need time to rest, and on the off day, whenever you're resting your muscles, they are building back up. But you could do, for example, upper body one day and then do lower body the next day, so that while you're doing your lower body, you're letting your upper body rest. Your strength training sessions should last around 30 minutes or so. In general, the amount of weight that you want to select, the beginning could be very low. It's all going to depend on where your starting point is, but the amount of weight should be enough that it's difficult for you to complete 10 repetitions. If you're getting to 12 to 15 repetitions with no problem, then the weight is too much. I said that wrong. If you're getting to 12 to 15 repetitions with no problem, then the weight is too light. If you can't do 8 repetitions at all, and you're fatiguing before you get to 8, then the weight is too heavy. So you should be doing between 8 and 10 repetitions at a time. A set is how many times you repeat that number of repetitions. For example, most of the time we'll be doing sets of 3. So you do 8 reps, rest for 30 seconds. 8 reps, rest for 30 seconds, or however long you need, and then do 8 reps again. 8, 8, 8, 24 total, that's one set. If you want, you could alternate muscles. If you're doing biceps and triceps, you could do 8 reps of biceps, followed by 8 reps of triceps, and then back to biceps, because then you're resting your biceps while you're exercising your triceps. As far as how you should do them, whenever you contract the muscle, you should exhale, and whenever you relax and extend, that's whenever you inhale. So That's it. So, also, people often ask me about how they can exercise at home, because a lot of times people are not wanting to go to the gym, or they can't get a gym membership, or the gym is too far. There's many reasons why we can't make it to a or that gym. So there's a lot of things that you can do at home where you can just, in your own home with a low cost way to still get your exercises in. For example, push-ups and sit-ups, those are things that you can do easily at home. You can purchase low-cost resistance bands. Now you'll just pay attention that the resistance bands, they have different weights on them depending on how thick they are, and they'll tell you on the side. For example, this one, the green one here is 30 pounds, the red one is 50 pounds, and the blue one is, I don't know how much the blue one is, 20 pounds. Black one is 40. So they've got it graded, and you'll want to start with the lightest one and work your way up slowly. Aside from resistance bands, you can also use ankle weights or wrist weights that you could use, like whenever you're going for your walks. You could pump your arms and get a little bit of resistance training in there. Same thing with on your ankles, you could do it the same way. So in your goal for this week, I'd like for you to write down how you're planning on trying to improve your strength. Whenever you do your exercises, I'd like for you to write them down in your journal. Write down what exercise you're doing, how much weight you're doing, how many repetitions, and the number of sets. Because it's going to be a little hard to remember from week to week exactly how much weight you used the week before. Because remember, this is going to be something that's progressive. On week 6, you shouldn't be still using the same weight that you used on week 1. As your muscles grow and get stronger, that amount of weight is going to become too light for you, and you're going to need to continually go up in the weight. So that way, each week you can look back and say, okay, last week I did 15 pounds on my bicep curls. Can I try to do, a step up, or maybe even just on one set, do a little bit more weight, and then the other 2 sets you do 15 pounds or whatnot. But the point being, so that you're keeping track of it and you're able to continually go up and progress and get stronger week by week. All right, I hope that these little tips helped, and if you have any questions, please feel free to talk to me about them in clinic. Good luck to you, and I will see you next time.